Welcome to How I Solved It with Agentforce. I'm Jennifer Lee, Lead Admin Evangelist at Salesforce. Today we're featuring Agent Dreamer, a hackathon team who built Edventure, a powerful tool using Agentforce to simplify education planning. In this episode, we'll see Edventure in action as a Harvard freshman searching for that perfect intermediate course in models and statistics, as a high school student applying to Cornell as a marketing major, navigating the process with ease. So let's dive in and see how Agent Dreamer turned a challenge into a seamless automated experience. The Agentforce Hackathon NYC was a 1.5-day event where attendees formed groups, built agents, and competed for prizes. So I'm here today with one of the many teams from that hackathon, Agent Dreamer. So welcome Yuan, Sasi, Armida, and Dean. And let's give a warm shout out to Jay, who couldn't be with us today. So welcome to How I Solved It with Agentforce. So let's go around the virtual room and introduce yourselves. Tell us what you do. We'll start with Yuan.
Hi, everyone. My name is Yuan. I'm a marketing and technical assistant at a construction company. The reason I participate in the Salesforce hackathon is that I'm looking forward to apply AI technology to user experience and interface.
Great. And what about you, Sassy?
Hi everyone, myself Sasi. I'm a recent computer science graduate with a strong interest in Salesforce development, particularly in Experience Cloud and automation. I'm passionate about building AI-powered solutions to enhance user experience and streamline processes.
Love that. And what about you, Dean?
I am a VP of DevOps at a Salesforce implementation partner. I also am a computer science graduate and love everything computer science. I've loved it for the last couple of years, 10 plus years. And now with the AI boom, excited to get my hands dirty and become an expert in that also.
Great. And last but not least, Armida.
Hi, I'm Armida, and I'm a systems administrator in an insurance company where we leverage most aspects of Salesforce, such as sales, marketing, support services, financial services. And my role is focused on managing the platform, optimizing workflows, and ensuring efficient operations across teams.
Great. So from what I understand, you all met at the hackathon. You did the old, we're sitting at the same table, so let's be a team. So how did you find the whole hackathon experience? Why don't we start with you, Armida?
The hackathon experience was an incredible experience, and we were, by coincidence, maybe, it was a nice coincidence, a team of 5 where we had the architects, the developers, the business analysts, and the admins on the team. So I had the opportunity to collaborate with this great team and perform everything under the pressure of time and do everything, build the agent from scratch. So we started by designing the object data model, and then we created the custom objects that we needed, and we customized the standard ones, and we redefined the relationship between the objects. We built up the flows, and we handled the data ingestion and preparation to ensure that we have to ensure data quality and consistency for the AI-driven predictions. So finally, we brought everything together and built the agent itself.
Thanks, Armida. How was the experience for you, Sassy?
This is my first hackathon. So the hackathon was an exciting and intense learning experience for me. Collaborating with the team I had just met, we had to quickly align an idea, define a strategy, and execute under tight deadlines. I really enjoyed the challenges of integrating Agentforce with Experience Cloud to create a seamless user experience. It put me to think critically about user interaction, automation, and how AI can enhance self-service process. Seeing our agent come to life and knowing it could make a real impact was incredibly rewarding.
That's great. So what did you enjoy most about it, Armida?
It was intense. It was fast paced, but a rewarding challenge. It felt like both a real marathon as it was and like a 2 day bootcamp learning experience. It was for me a great chance to gain hands on experience in Salesforce AI and turn ideas into working solutions. So I walked from this experience with valuable insights and skill set that I can apply on my current role. And also, it helped me for my Salesforce AI certification. Sorry, AI specialist certification. I got both of them, but the Agentforce have helped me for the AI specialist.
Great. I love certifications. So thanks for sharing that. Now, what about
Yeah.
you, Dean?
I enjoyed the collaborative problem-solving aspect of the hackathon, the brainstorming ideas, like Armida said, building the data model, and then configuring the agent to a real-world solution, and just seeing how AI can streamline complex processes that I'm used to doing in just code or flow or combining the two, but how AI can take some of the natural language and processes out of our hands.
Thanks, Dean. And what was something new that you learned? We'll go back to you, Dean.
I learned how to leverage Agentforce for intelligent automation, particularly how to integrate flows and prompt builder to create dynamic, user-friendly experiences. It reinforces how AI can enhance decision making in Salesforce implementations.
Awesome. And what did you learn, Yuan?
Thanks. I learned a ton about pulling off a technical demo when the clock's ticking. We hit submit just 2 minutes before the deadlines. So the first thing I think is to simplify messages to ensure clarity and impact, which Sassy constantly provided me feedbacks, helped me refine my presentation. Next is a logic flow, which Dean helped structure questions so we can demonstrate all the functionalities progressively. And then finally, Armida contributed significantly by providing a wealth of visual materials. So it was a fantastic mix of team effort, crunch time stress, and super rewarding learning.
Thanks, Yuan. I don't know that I personally can do a hackathon because just the stress level itself, I'd be like, oh my goodness, I don't have enough time. I don't know what I'm doing. So kudos to all of you for having done that. So we're planning to have even more hackathons in the future. So what advice do you have for folks interested in participating in future hackathons? Dean, what do you think?
Yeah, agent hackathons, they're not just about building something or building AI, right? They're about redefining how business interacts with data and automations. So if you're participating in a future hackathon, I would say challenge yourself to think beyond the traditional solutions. Focus on impact, make it real, and most of all, have fun innovating.
Great. Thanks, Dean. Armida, I think you're interested in possibly doing another one upcoming soon. So what advice do you have for folks?
Yes, I'm excited to gear up for the TDX this year. So my advice would be to start brainstorming ideas even before the hackathon starts if you're already registered to participate in it, so you can make most use of your time. And think about real-world business pain points that AI can solve, and prepare a strong storytelling, prepare a clear demo that will set your project apart. Um, Also, above all, I would say embrace the challenge, stay agile, iterate quickly, and start testing early. Be there at 7 a.m. in the morning on the second day of the hackathon, because you're going to need that extra time in the morning when the clock starts ticking toward 8 p.m., the submission deadline. And enjoy the process. Grab some coffee. You got to drink a lot of coffee that day. It's going to be a long day, but it flies. And enjoy the process of innovation and automation.
Great words of advice to folks who are doing future hackathons. So, Yuan, can you tell us what your use case is for your agent and how you came up with it and the business challenge that you're trying to solve for?
Yes, for sure. In developing our agent for Edventure, which is short for education and adventure, we zeroed in on the challenges that high school and college students face managing their academic journeys. So I believe most of us had such experience to some extent. As a high schooler, feeling overwhelmed when picking up the right schools and sorting through the massive of application requirements. And after we in the college, we struggled with course planning, registration, and the tuition payments. So we created Edventure with a clear goal to simplify these daunting tasks. Our platforms help students at every steps, ensuring they can make well-informed decisions confidently. So that's what Edventure is all about, helping students navigating their academic paths more smoothly and with less stress.
Well, thanks for sharing that business use case. And we're admins on here, so we like knowing how things are built behind the scenes. And we're all still learning how to build agents. Show me what you've done, right? So let's first start off with the user experience in Experience Cloud. And I'm going to hand it off to Sassy to show us how.
Thanks, Jen. Let me walk you through the user experience of the Experience Cloud. Our goal was to create a seamless and intuitive interface where students can interact with AI agent effortlessly. Now, let me share my screen and show you how it works. The academic journey can be overwhelming. High school students face challenges such as finding the right school, managing application deadlines, and crafting strong materials colleges. Students struggle with the course planning, registration, and staying on top of tuition deadlines. Adventure, powered by Agentforce, transforms this complexity into simplicity. In this demo, we will show you two real-life scenarios: a hardware freshman looking for intermediate course related to models and statistics, and enrolling them in Perfect Fit, a high school student applying for Cornell University as a marketing major with streamlined guidance. So we are on the Adventure site. Here we can interact with our agent, and here we go. Adventure agent, your AI guide to find the perfect university. Let's get started with the scenarios. I'm a freshman at Harvard University. I'm looking for intermediate course related to the models. Can you recommend course for me? And it comes back with a model class at Harvard University called Introduction to the Linear Models and Matrix Algebra. And it provides all the information, start and the end date, course, URL, and it asks for I would like to recommend the course. I'm going to say, can I enroll in this course? And here it says it can proceed with the enrollment, but it needs some more information. So I'm going to provide my name and the email address, and it says it's successfully enroll me in the class. Now it's pending, and the payment is pending, not yet. I'm going back to take a look at the additional intermediate course that I can take. It provided me with the information. I'm going to say, let's go ahead and enroll me. It successfully registered me in the statistics and R class. Indeed, it registered to the linear introduction to the linear models in the algebra matrix and R. Now let's go back to the adventure. This time, I'm a high school student looking to enroll in a college. I'm looking to enroll as a marketing major at Cornell University. Now it needs a little bit more details, so I'm going to provide it with information. And it says, "Great, you're all set. Now let's proceed with your interest in enrolling to the marketing major at Cornell University." And it comes back with letting me know that I have a high chance of getting approved as a marketing major at Cornell University with an acceptance rate of 95%, and I can go on and proceed with the application or continue. This demo highlights how Edventure AI agent helps both high school and college students navigate their academic journey with ease, from recommending courses to assisting with college application. The agent streamlines the process, making it less intimidating. We designed a self-service portal that allows students to explore school options, manage application, and receive personalized guidance, all powered by Agentforce automation. The interface is user-friendly, ensuring students can access key information quickly without getting overwhelmed. Back to you, Jen.
Now let's do a deeper dive. I love that this is a team sport. Dean, take it away.
Let's take you behind the scenes and show you how the agent is exactly set up. Now, how does it know what to respond with? Let me start by sharing my screen. So here we just see a list of different registrants, but let's go to the agent builder and walk you through how it works. So on the right side, we see what we've been testing with. And I described that I'm a freshman at Harvard University. I just closed the topics. But I'm looking for an intermediate course related to models. Can you recommend courses for me? That would be the input that someone enters into the agent. And here you see a list or a summary of different courses that meet the criteria that the student or the interactor asked for. And based on the different topics that we have set up in the agent, we can have topics, and each topic can have different instructions. And based on the requests and criteria of the person that interacts with the agent, a specific action can be taken. Here we see that the course recommendation with university action was taken, right? And you see all the criteria that we provided is taken into consideration. And then the output is based on the course details we have in Salesforce. Let's take a look at exactly how it finds these recommendations. So first, we go and search for courses, right? We provided the difficulty. I said intermediate, so we check that level. We check for keywords, and we also check the university. I specifically mentioned the university. I said models, and I said intermediate. So that's taken into account. And based on the data that we find, right, if records are found, we can loop through those and gather them in a variable to then return to the agent. And in the flow, we're just assigning it to this course records variable. And once the agent receives this data, it can summarize it and show it to the person that's interacting with that specific agent, whether it's a student or a parent. So that's the summary. As we scroll down, right, we could continue interacting and ask, can I enroll in this course? And again, there's some logic that goes on, but we can see again, academic planning is selected. Let's dive in a little bit deeper. Here we see that there are 13 different instructions, and we don't have to go through them all, but we always have to ask for a program or major, right? We never should suggest classes or programs that are outside of the student's academic goals. So here we're really grounding the agent based off what it is allowed to do after it selects a specific topic. And based on these instructions that we have set up, the agent will know which actions or different set of actions need to be triggered and perform a certain feature or function. And here you can see number 10, right? We're specifying some instructions regarding the course recommendation and how it needs to handle that. And we just looked at the flow that is triggered. And number 12, that's also recommendation and what needs to be recommended. And we always specify to first ask whether the user is a beginner, intermediate, or advanced. So here you just clearly see the different instructions, which will be different for each agent. One key thing here is always to verify the student, and if they don't exist yet, right, to create. Let's take a look at how we can continue using the agent and trigger that. So I ask, can I enroll into the course? And it will ask me, sure, but I need these details, first name, last name, and email, or based on the instructions. And again, I provide the details, geo of minor. It triggers the academic planning topic. It goes through the instructions and notices that we need to trigger the registrant add student action. And you can see the input that we provide, but let's go to the flow to go into the details. So here, the registrant add student action is fired, and through the agent, we are specifying first name, email, and a last name, and we are looking for this existing student as a contact record. That's where we're saving all of our students. After we can verify that the student exists, because we can only register or enroll actual students. If they're not students yet, they need to be registered first. But once a student is found, we can then use the course name that was specified in the agent, right, to search for a registrant related to that student, related to that course, that is not yet canceled nor failed, because it's possible they registered in the past, but then they canceled the registration. Based on the details that we get back, if we find a registrant that is not canceled nor failed, that means they are already registered and there's nothing there for us to do. If we do not find a record, then we have to go ahead and enroll them. But before we enroll them, yes, we have a course name, but we don't have the course record yet. So we need to search for an existing course record using the name, but also paying close attention to the start date, making sure that it's a future course, that we're not looking at past courses, and also making sure it's tied to the university that the user was interested in. Once we find the course, we then have the student and the course, we can then create a registrant record which enrolls the student. We specify We also specify the registration date, the status would be pending, and the student is then provided. Then at the end, we can retrieve the verified registration details, whether we enrolled the student or needed to enroll the student or needed to verify the existing registration data. That is what we can then pass over back to the agent so that we can use that registrant's data, which is verified, created, or whether we received or retrieved an existing record. So back to the agent builder. Let me scroll down here. We had asked for, right here, we had asked for intermediate courses that we can take at Harvard University. And that triggered the academic planning topic, which the same topic that has multiple different actions. And Sasi went through the instructions. When we're asking for a summary, we see that the course recommendation with university action is triggered based on the details that we provided, and that triggers the flow that is right here that Sasi covered in detail, right? We're looking for an existing course or existing courses that meet the criteria, the skill, etc., and then presenting it to the user. Now, if they want to enroll or be enrolled for one of those classes, again, we're going through the academic planning topic. But this time, a registrant add student action is triggered. That's the action that I just went through. And again, using the student's name, first name, last name, and their email, we can go through the process of finding a contact, finding a registrant, and then creating a registrant if they do not exist yet. And finally, once the registrant is created, feed that same data back to the agent. Let me turn it over to Armida.
Thank you, Dean. Thank you for the detailed and clear explanation. So now I'm going to show you, let me share my screen first. Okay, so we're back to the agent builder, and I'm going to show you now another scenario. And this time I want to enroll as a major in marketing at Cornell University. So in this case, what does the agent do? The agent first is gonna select the topic, academic planning, and as per the instructions given to this topic, it's gonna verify the user if it has the contact details of the user, such as the email, first name, and last name. And if it doesn't, it's gonna prompt the user to enter it, which I then provided here. So after this, it's gonna trigger once again the academic planning. Now it has the student contact details. And as per the instruction, it's gonna trigger the flow, verify, create student contact. And it will take the input that will just pass it to the agent. But let's take a look at the flow now. This is an auto-launched flow, and the first step, it's gonna search for the student contact. And if the student contact exists, it's gonna do a check here if it indeed exists. If it doesn't, it's gonna create the new student contact record, and it's gonna receive the field values that we just passed it through the agent, the email, first name, and last name. So the details that we pass from the student, it's going to check if it is now a verified student. It's going to get the records, and the values of the verified student, it's going to pass it to a variable which is going to be available for our agent, and it's going to be used by the agent. So now going back to the agent, we are looking to enroll in marketing at Cornell University. So it's going to trigger the recommend university flow, and it's going to pass the values as input values, the values that I just entered at the agent. So going back to this recommend university auto-launched flow, it's going to search for the contact. And it's gonna validate the contact based on the email and the letter of recommendation scores, the GRE scores, and the CGPA scores. And also it will check the TOEFL exam scores, and it's gonna compare these values with the student record. So now, assuming that a contact was found, it's going to search for the major. And this is a get record into the custom object that we have created, major, and it's going to get the records based on the major name and the university name that we gave it to the agent. So as a best practice, it's going to loop once again through the majors, and it's going to check if the user is qualified or not. So how is this check done? It compares the scores of the student, the CGPA, the COP, LOR scores with the major scores, if they are greater than or equal to the major scores. So if all these conditions are met, it will consider it as a verified student, as a qualified student. So the result that we got from the qualified student, we're going to pass it to a collection variable majors, which is going to then be used by our agent. So based on, as per the reasoning, it's going to provide the acceptance rate, to the user, and it responds back to the user that you have a high chance of being accepted into a marketing major with a 95% of acceptance rate. To recap what you just saw, We built an AI agent that streamlines the academic journey by directly interacting with students and performing actions on their behalf. Technically, our agent relies on Salesforce flows, which execute these actions. And throughout the process, the agent ensures data integrity by validating the records and enforcing eligibility criteria of the retrieved records. So this solution showcases how AI-powered platform simplifies the academic journey with personalized guidance, and how Agentforce-driven interactions streamline school selection, course registration, and application management. It also provides student support with guidance messages and task automation. As per the name of our agent, Edventure, our agent's purpose is to make the academic journey an AI-driven education adventure. Thank you. Back to you, Jen.
What a great use case for this agent. I totally love it. And the best part is all of this was done without any code, which is even better. So I want to thank all of you for being on How I Solved It, from Team Agent Dreamer, Yuan, Sassy, Dean, Armida. Did a great job. Thanks for being on this episode.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for having us.
Thank you.
Wow, what an amazing showcase of teamwork, technology, and innovation. Agent Dreamer took a real-world challenge and they built a powerful solution that makes education planning effortless. With Edventure, students can now find the right courses, navigate applications, and streamline their academic journeys, all with the power of Agentforce behind them. A huge shout out to the team for bringing this vision to life, and thank you for watching How I Solved It with Agentforce. If you love this episode, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more inspiring solutions from awesome admins in the Salesforce community. Until next time, keep innovating and solving.
Awesome.